Hey you guys! Welcome back to my channel. As you can tell by the title of this video today, we're just going to have a little chat. We're going to have a chat about how I deal with my anxiety, or we're going to try to have a little chat about it because I don't know if I can actually publish this video, but we'll see what happens. I had a comment on one of my vlogs about a week ago maybe. I think it was a week ago. I'm not going to say who, but one of you guys kindly asked me if it wasn't too difficult, can I share my tips and tricks on dealing with anxiety and just starting to tell the world that I have anxiety. And I thought about it. I've been thinking about it for a couple of weeks. Britt and I have pretty much talked about it every night on FaceTime, and I actually wrote out a list of the things that I find help me, and yes, Britt helped me compile them because, you know, as always, I bounced everything off of her here lately. That's what happens when you stay up till 1 a.m. FaceTiming. And then, when you're tired of FaceTiming, you call William and make him take you out for coffee, and then you get anxious because the coffee place you go to is full of people. And then he goes, let's take it to go, because he can feel the anxiety. He's laughing behind the camera because it's so true. It happened last weekend. He was like, let's go get coffee. And I was like, okay. And we're thinking we're doing good, and we go to the coffee shop and it's packed. And I just look at him and I didn't say a word, and he was like, to the truck? And I was like, yeah. And that was it. But yeah, so I figured I would share the tips and tricks, and I figured since William was here tonight, I'm more likely to get the video filmed, because if I was doing it by myself, I'd just not do it. So, I'm going to keep glancing at my list, but I will say one of the first things that I find helps when I start to feel anxious is I try to do my best to disconnect from the situation. I could do a few things when I disconnect. Usually if I have my headphones in a public place, that means I'm disconnecting. I'm taking myself out of a situation that's making me anxious if I can't physically remove myself from the situation. So like in the coffee shop, for example, it was okay because I could just tell William I want to go and he's not going to get mad. But I have other friends that probably will get mad. Oh my god, William's behind the camera making mad faces. Kind of wish I had a second camera here filming. It was, you know, it's good in that regard, but I have other friends who wouldn't be so chill about it. So I would have to put my headphones in for a few minutes, or I'd go to the bathroom and I'd put my headphones in for just a song. I actually have an anxiety playlist on my phone, and my tips for that, believe it or not, I did a lot of thinking about this, and I was like, well, what can I tell you guys about my anxiety playlist? Other than I'll tell you a few songs that I know for sure are on there. Every single song is associated with a positive memory, for one, that really helps me. So right now, my most played on my anxiety playlist are Shout Out to My Ex by Little Mix. And why am I playing that song continually? Because Britt keeps singing it to me on FaceTime when we're doing stupid stuff at 1 o'clock in the morning, like washing our floors. So it's associated with a happy, calming memory. Another one I don't know why this one makes me feel good, but it always has. It's been my feel-good song for as long as I can remember. It's Ordinary Day by Great Big Sea. And that one is one of my favorites. And I think of recent music life, it's been Take Us Home by Amandaandlola off the So Let's Go album. I don't know what it is about that song, but it just calms me down. It takes me down 3 or 4 stress levels almost instantly. So I find myself listening to that a lot more than I care to admit. It's slightly embarrassing how much I listen to that song. Now, that being said, when I have my headphones in, I could just be isolating myself, or I just take Lola for a walk. I will go for a walk, even if it's just up the road and it's freezing cold, we'll do it, because it's good for my Fitbit, but it also allows me to get some energy and take that anxious energy and turn it into positive energy by getting out there, moving my body, taking a few deep breaths, and giving her walking up a hill or something. Breathing is another tip I have for you guys. Taking a few deep breaths. I know that sounds so stupid. I don't count to 10 because I'm too impatient. If I get to take the deep breath, we're lucky because I don't have the patience to count to 10. William would count to 10. William's calm, and William has a lot more patience than I do. But I don't. I have zero patience. I have zero patience. So if I just take a few deep breaths and I just tell myself that I'm not going to die, it's going to be okay, kind of thing, that helps me as well. The other thing I've been loving doing lately is working out, believe it or not. That really helps me take any idle energy. For me, I end up becoming more anxious if I'm sitting idle doing nothing and my mind wanders. So I'm lucky that I work in such a fast-paced job where my mind doesn't wander. I'm also very blessed to basically be so busy with YouTube a lot of the time at home I don't get terribly anxious. So when my anxiety hits, it kind of hits rather hard, but I'm working on controlling it. So for me, working out at home, doing a 30 or 45-minute workout at home is great because I take that any bit of idle energy I could have and I put it into working out. Same thing with me going over to the field house 2 or 3 times a week. I'm literally taking some me time, I'm improving my lifestyle, I'm drinking more water, I'm doing healthy things for my body, and physically taking care of my body in turn helps me take care of my mental health as well. I know it sounds a little weird, but it probably is connected. I think it is all connected, to be honest with you. So those things really help. Another thing that really helps me is just having a cuddle with Boo. Like, when I'm really, really bad, I'll just pick Lola up and we'll watch like 10 YouTube videos. We usually watch like Zoe's vlogs or Sakoni Jolie's, or like, you know, just really feel good, happy vloggers, like Pointless Vlog, for example. And it just makes me feel better inside and to disconnect from the world in that regard. Or I'll go see Molly. Sometimes I'll just go cuddle Molly for an hour and watch a movie with her and I'll feel a lot better. So it's the little things like that. And if you're brave enough, talk to your friends. I know it's hard because I didn't tell a lot of friends for a very long time. Most of my friends found out about my anxiety when I hit publish on my video. I'm not gonna lie, I kept it very, very quiet for a while. I didn't even tell my family. I just wanted to wait until I was on like the right medication and kind of leveled it out until I had a bit more control of the situation. I told my mom the morning that video went live, you guys. Worst daughter ever. But William knew from like day one. I told William. Brit's known for a long time, but like that's pretty much all I told. And I kept it to myself until I was ready. And then when I swore William to secrecy, but you know, it is what it is. So talking about it helps, and it's easier to talk now that I never realized putting a video on the internet made it easier to talk about it in real life. And I think it's because you guys were so loving and supportive about it. So then I was like, well, when someone asked me to do this video, I thought, why not? So those are my tips and tricks. I do really, truly believe that you can have anxiety or depression and still live a normal life. It's all about how you choose to maintain it, and it's all about you making the conscious decision to do everything in your power to do what's best for you. And if that means not going out on the weekend, that means not going out on the weekend. Your friends will get over it, and if they don't, they're not good friends. That's kind of where I'm at in that situation, and it's happened a few times in the last couple of months where I've had friends tell me off and get angry because I wasn't in the mood. Yeah, William's like, me.
Always me.
It's never always. William's the only friend, I think, that shows up here with Mary Brown's when he knows I don't want to go out in public and it's okay. But yeah, so just be patient because sometimes your friends don't know how to deal with someone having anxiety. So I'm lucky to have a few friends that already get it, but the ones that don't get it, it's a bit of a learning curve, and I'm trying to be patient with them, but it's all about understanding, and you never know what someone else is going through until you walk in their shoes, so just remember that. If you guys have any tips on dealing with anxiety, please leave them down below because all the help I can get would be great. Write down your thoughts. That was the other one. I forgot to tell you that even though it's written down on my paper. Write down your thoughts because that helps you sometimes too, just to sort things out in your head. So with all of that being said, give this video a big thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any fun content or chit-chatty content. Don't forget to hit that notifications bell so you don't miss any videos that I upload and YouTube doesn't unsubscribe you. And I will see you next week. Love you guys. Bye.